Dear friends and my colleagues in legal profession, we are facing an unprecedented crisis in the form of COVID-19, coronavirus, lockdown. As for the last 5 months, the whole judicial system literally has become standstill, and it's like a suspended animation without any physical functioning of the courts. And unfortunately, in spite of the repeated requests from the members of the bar at various levels, even up to the Supreme Court, the physical functioning of the courts is not being resumed. Of course, the situation is serious, no doubt about it. And at the same time, one has to see that the system of dispensation of justice should not suffer. And particularly, the trial court lawyers are facing severe hardship, financial crunch. And those people who live on day-to-day work, the young advocates attached to the seniors offices, they are not able to cope up with this hardship. And in fact, recently we have heard and seen that one Tamil Nadu-based lawyer by name K. Uttam Kumaran, young man, was forced to go back to his village and resume his traditional basket weaving profession to sustain himself. See, a budding lawyer, what would be his mindset? And this was attracted the attention of Chhattisgarh High Court Chief Justice P.R. Ramachandran, who in fact taken it to the heart and sent him 10,000 rupees by token of appreciation of the alternative work that was chosen by K. Uttam Kumaran. There are a number of advocates like this. The cases are not being come out. That's the only thing. And unfortunately, we claim to be the members of a noble profession, a profession which stands for justice, a profession which stands for protection of the rights of the people, a profession which stands for not only the justice but also to keep the entire administrative machinery to run according to the Constitution of India. And we are protecting the rights of the people and the disputes, and we are solving so many disputes of the people, individuals, institutions, but we are not able to solve our own problem. For the last 5 months, a severe financial crisis is being faced by the legal fraternity at various levels. And because of non-functioning of the courts physically, the advocates are not able to get the work. And if the work is, if they get work and there is a disposal of the cases on day-to-day basis, for example, injunction petitions and also small bails, release of seized properties, vehicles, these are the things which goes on daily basis, which cater to the financial needs of the junior advocates, and that is being denied. So many of the advocates, they are not able, because we belong to a noble profession and we claim to be an elite section of the society, we are not able to open up. No doubt, now what if the government, central government and respective state governments, they are giving so much of financial assistance and relief to the different sections of the people affected by this COVID-19 coronavirus. But whether the legal community, the legal fraternity fits into that particular category of the sections of the people to whom the central government or the respective state governments are extending financial relief, we are not able to go and stand in that row. That's why we have been requesting the courts, the judiciary, the judicial officers, the respective high courts and even the apex court to kindly resume the physical functioning of the courts. And there are number of cases like K. Uttam Kumaran. Here, the virtual hearing is not a substitute for physical hearing. Virtual hearing, how many people practicing lawyers, how many practicing lawyers have got the facility of technological infrastructure to go for a virtual hearing, for e-filing. For e-filing, an average advocate will not be having such facility. So causing hardship to the practicing advocates. And in fact, yesterday, when the Bar Council filed a petition before the Supreme Court to take cognizance of the hardship of the advocates, and it appears that Apex Court has taken so much cognizance of the hardship of the advocates, and it was the plea of the Bar Council of India to direct the state and central governments to come forward by giving institutional finance of at least 3 lakh rupees to each advocate to cope up with this pandemic COVID-19. And in that process, there was again a submission made to the Apex Court to resume physical hearing so that the regular functioning of the courts will go on and the people will get the work, and thereby some sort of a financial stability will come to the practicing advocates. But unfortunately, that plea was not considered, and it was told that a 7-member bench or the committee of the judges will take up the matter and will decide the issue. But the observation made by the Chief Justice is because the medical experts' advice says that it's not good to have physical hearing of the courts. But one thing we should make clear or bring to the notice of the respective Chief Justice of the High Courts, that in many of the courts, and in fact even particularly in trial courts, we can find out an alternative method of having physical functioning of the courts. The thing is that if there is a physical functioning, and if the advocate on one side and the opposite advocate and the judicial officer, the presiding officer, and the court clerk. So enough 4 people, they come and argue the matter, and people also will see that their cases are going on, and they will come forward to pay fees to the advocates. But here in virtual hearing, and in fact there are some certain complaints that even in the higher courts also, the registries are not favoring, are not giving equal treatment to all the advocates, and some privileged people are getting their cases listed. That is the allegation. And in fact, on that allegation, when Gujarat High Court Advocates Association President made such allegation, his senior advocate designation is removed from him. So it was taken away. So there are unless there is a fire, there will not be any smoke. So these are the troubles we are facing in the daily day-to-day functioning of legal system. So therefore it is just and necessary to resume physical functioning of the courts at the earliest possible time. No doubt, some of the state governments are coming forward to help the legal fraternity by extending some financial assistance. Now, for example, in Andhra Pradesh, state government has issued a GO sanctioning 25 crores of rupees to extend financial assistance to the suffering advocates because of this COVID-19 lockdown. So also the Telangana state government has released 15 crores, but that will not solve the problem. And in fact, by this time, many of the bar councils have also extended financial help twice or thrice, with small amounts being given to the practicing advocates, selected advocates to cope up with the situation. But how long it can be? How long it will last? And there should be a stop for this. And we have been observing the entire legal system has become muted. Actually, it is in a muted position. So it is very, very necessary to resume physical functioning of the courts, so that people also feel that if their rights are infringed, if their rights are violated, and if they want justice, there are courts which can take care of their needs. And that should be there. That should be there. Unless people also are convinced that the judicial system is coming to their rescue, then they will have hope and they will have confidence in the system. So how long shall we continue this method of virtual hearing by keeping aside the physical functioning of the court? As I said, virtual hearing is not at all substitute to the physical functioning of the courts. So it is argued, it is submitted to the apex court from time to time and also in various high courts. Even yesterday, Delhi High Court, Delhi Bar Council has urged the High Court of Delhi to resume physical functioning as early as possible. And this physical court hearings is very much a part of our regular judicial system. The other thing which I would like to submit or say that if at all the courts want virtual hearing, a virtual hearing and physical hearing can also be held simultaneously side by side, so that the people who are having the facility can utilize the virtual hearing and the advocates who are not having that facility can come and argue the cases physically before the courts. And this alternative also should be explored by the honorable courts, because already 5 months is over. Now another submission that I would like to make, and also on behalf of the legal fraternity, I would like to represent to the central government that you are collecting now Prime Minister CARES Fund is literally and exclusively constituted only for purpose of fighting COVID-19 lockdown and to help the various sections of the society. And on March 28th it was constituted. And this Prime Minister's PMCARES Fund has collected thousands of crores of rupees in the form of donations from various quarters, including the government departments and private individuals, cinema people and industrialists and other things. So there thousands of crores of rupees are there. But as far as the legal fraternity is concerned, from that Prime Minister's CARES Fund, PM CARES Fund, a certain substantial amount can also be released to be extended by way of financial assistance to all the needy advocates. Why don't we, the bar councils and bar councils of all the states and also Bar Council of India, impress upon the central government to give a substantial amount, say 1,000 crores or 2,000 crores from the Prime Minister CARES Fund to be distributed to the needy advocates, selected advocates, and it is for the respective bar associations to find out and identify the advocates who are in dire need of financial help. So that Prime Minister CARES Fund is basically meant for that, to come to the rescue of the affected people and their migrant laborers and there are other laborers, including professional like advocates. So it is high time that Prime Minister's CARES Fund also must come to the rescue of the legal fraternity throughout the country, and therefore we request the Honorable Prime Minister of India and the concerned officials of PM CARES Fund to make a thought or to think over this particular issue and come to the rescue of the needy advocates in this COVID-19 lockdown crisis. So now once again I would like to make a strong submission to the higher judiciary. Please kindly resume the physical court functioning, physical court hearings as early as possible, at the earliest possible time. Now this is a virtual hearing is extended up to 3rd August, and I sincerely hope and request that that should be a stop there. And physical functioning of the court should be resumed. There are hundreds of thousands, lakhs of cases are pending, and only the people who can opt to filing e-filing and getting some relief, they are able to file. But there are thousands, lakhs of cases are being filed and the people are being denied justice, and therefore it is once again just and necessary, and I request the high courts, the respective honorable high courts and also the apex courts, and including because if high courts gives direction, the lower courts start functioning physically. So everybody will take care of, because this pandemic will not be terminated or will not be disappear from among us. It takes time. Coronavirus, it's a virus, it can't last for a few days. It's not like that. It is going to stay with us. It is going to, we have to we have to live with the live with the coronavirus, and there is no other option. So we have to fight it out and resume our normal functioning and resume because the entire state, not only state machinery, all the organs of the state have become standstill. So no productivity, nothing is there. So it is high time to realize that this will not, this is going to stay for long, and we have to coexist. We have to coexist with that, and there is no other option. And therefore, it is not good in the interest of the system, and it is not good in the interest of the society that all the governmental agencies or the statutory bodies should not function normally and should not resume physical functioning. That is not the idea, and therefore my humble request to the higher judiciary, the respective high courts chief justices and the concerned officers to kindly consider this particular aspect and see that the physical functioning of the courts are resumed immediately to save the time. And what can I say, that to save the judicial system, to save the cause of justice, to protect the cause of justice, and also the legal professionals and litigants who are depending upon the judiciary for getting justice. So this is my humble appeal. Thank you very much.